Hi, welcome back to the Mistaken Garden. I haven't taken a video in a couple of weeks because we had Christmas and the New Year's, and now we're in a bit of a deep freeze. We got a little bit of snow, nothing really significant, not even an inch, but it's pretty cold. You can see that I still have my frosted greenhouse roof. However, we do have some developments. For Christmas, Brendan bought me all the materials that I need to replace my greenhouse roof. So hopefully next year it'll be a lot warmer in here and I can actually have some, citrus or some hibiscus, my angel trumpet flowers. Hopefully I can kind of overwinter them in here. It'll also be nice too because then my roof won't leak when it gets pretty rainy. So over here I have my temperature gauge. So outside it's minus 10 degrees Celsius, which for you people in the States would be about 14 degrees Fahrenheit. It's pretty cold. So my greenhouse right now, I have these incandescent lights going on, and Brendan plugged in a 80s heater. I don't know, I guess it's working a little bit because when you look at this, it actually is 0 degrees in here. So 0 degrees Celsius is about, I guess, 22, 24 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's good news. I actually forgot to make my intro video before I went and looked at some of the rhodos outside of my yard, so I'm a little chilly now. But anyways, I wanted to come in here and make a quick little video because everyone and their dog right now is flooding the Facebook groups asking what is wrong with my rhodo. Because they see the leaves are curling, they see that it's just not looking so good. So there's lots of different reasons. There isn't any specific, scientific reason yet. They kind of call it the rhododendron puzzle because no one really knows what the reason is. Some people say that they curl up to protect the stem of the leaf so that it doesn't lose all of its water. Some people say that it does that to keep it warm, like to help, deal with the temperatures. What else? Some people say that they curl their leaves and drop down so that when ice forms and when it snows, the plant doesn't get damaged. I don't really believe that one because I have some in my yard. I'll talk about it already. I've already talked about it with my rhodos and you'll see it here in a minute. But yeah, there's lots of different reasons. Don't worry. It's fine. Your rhodo's going to survive. All of mine, they don't get any special treatment before winter. People say, oh, put mulch around the roof. No, I don't do any of that. I don't have time. I've got too many of them. If they live, they live. If they die, well, I get to buy another one. But I've only had one die, and the only reason it did was because when we first moved in, Brendan took a chainsaw to a lot of our rhodos because they're both 15 years overgrown. So he took the chainsaw and he cut it back way too much. At the time, we didn't know anything about rhodos or really much about gardening. So he just took a chainsaw to it and cut it way back. You're only really supposed to cut it back 1/3. We cut it back like 90%. But it's fine. Everything else has survived. And I have bought a new one to replace the one that he killed. So here we are. So yeah, so don't worry about your rhodos. But I'm going to go through the yard, show you some in my yard, and maybe put a little, summertime photo beside it. And then you can see what it looks like. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Now this rhodo here was my purple one that you saw in the summertime. Now this is all new growth. The flower bud was actually here in the summertime. Once I deadheaded it, it really grew well. So you can see all the places I took the dead flowers from. So that is just 1 year's growth. So from summer until now. But you can see all the leaves are curling. Now there's lots of different reasons for this. Some people say they fold in like that to, you know, stay a little bit warmer. Some say it's to keep the plant hydrated. Some say that it does that in preparation for ice and snow. That way it doesn't damage the plant. I mean, everyone can think whatever they want, but I find that my rhodos that don't do that, that get snow on them with the leaves fully out, actually end up looking exactly the same. So I don't really think that is a reason, but I definitely think it's because they're saving water and perhaps, you know, just trying to prevent from freezing. But yeah, that one is super tight curled leaves. This one, not so much. You know, I guess it really depends on how hardy the plant is. I mean, the leaves are frozen, like I could bend them and they would snap. But yeah, they're all a little different. There's some along here too that I'll show you. Now these ones are the big red flower hedge that I'll, you know, have on the side of the video right over here somewhere. But yeah, they're, you know, a little curled, but not as significant as that purple one. Here's the one that I showed in that video last year of me deadheading, taking all the dead flowers off. And you can see the leaves are curling on this one too. Hopefully you can see it well on the camera there. They've actually kind of curled and then twisted. Whereas a lot of the other ones are just simple, like kind of like this. Last year this one didn't have very many flowers on it. This summer it should be pretty stunning. But look at the leaves on it. Once again, I'll put a photo beside it there to kind of show you what it looked like in the summertime. Now this one, it's kind of nice when the leaves are all curled up because you can kind of see what's going on underneath. So I might come in here later on today and trim up some of the bottom. I like them to look more like trees. I don't want any of the leaves touching the ground. So that's another one. Here's my rhodo forest. A lot of them have curled their leaves. You can see there. However, this is an azalea. And look how closely curled those leaves are. You see that? It's hard for it to focus because there's so many things going on. There we go. This is huge. Let me stand back so you can see how big it is. Here is another one. This one came from the rhododendron species garden in the Washington state. Cost me a pretty penny. But you can see here the leaves have curled up, and I'll put a picture beside what it looked like in the summertime. Okay, well that's everything for today. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe and, you know, put a comment down below to let me know that you're watching my videos. See you soon. Bye.